Hello, welcome. My name is Joshua Martinez, and this is my presentation on the Peace Treaty of Westphalia. Before we get started on what exactly was the Peace Treaty of Westphalia, we have to understand what brought exactly to it, and hence the 30-Year War. The 30-Year War was a war that lasted from 1618 till 1648 and began inside the Holy Roman Empire in a place called Bohemia. This um this basically what happened was there was a group of Protestants which had rebelled against the Holy Roman Empire in favor of their religion. And this got the King Ferdinand II quite mad, and he sent some representatives down to Prague to basically talk to them and tell them that they couldn't practice their religion anymore because every territory inside the Holy Roman Empire will now become Catholic. This got the Protestants quite furious, since there were many of them inside of Prague, and in the building they were inside. It's a three-story building, and they got thrown off of it. And this was called the Second Defenestration of Prague, because this was not the first time people got thrown off a building for religious reasons. And this even got the Holy Roman Empire and Catholics more mad, and this led to basically civil war inside of the Holy Roman Empire. And now, what happened was the Catholics were quite winning this war, and Habsburgs, which were the ruling family of Holy Roman Empire at the time, and Spain and Austria, were quite just gaining more and more territory. And the French were circled by the Habsburgs, basically because they owned Spain and northern parts on top of France. Now they were feeling circled and felt like they needed to do something about it, even though they were Catholics and supposed to be quote unquote on their side because they were all on the same belief system. They thought that this had to be more political, and basically they started funding the Swedish, which at the time were a powerhouse for military occupation. And basically the Swedish were fighting the French war for them. And this basically led to more of a tie since since the Holy Roman Empire was winning at the time. When the Swedish and French came in, it kind of led to a standing tie. Now, was this more religious or political war? I would say at the beginning it started as a religious war, but as the French came in, it became political, and this war had turned to a political power struggle, and it's see who can control more land. And with this tide, had turned into everyone just killing each other over land and for religious reasons as well. Basically, if you were from a different religion and if you were Protestant and Catholics came, you would get killed, or vice versa. And so, yeah, this war brought a lot of famine, disease, inflation to the economy, just lots of deaths. If you put it to perspectives, World War II casualties were only a 0.3 difference in casualties. This is quite amazing since there are only swords and the first mobile cannons used by Augustus Gustavus, which was known as the father of modern day warfare. Now, after 30 years of fighting, we see that nobody could really understand what they have to do, and then you see that nobody's really getting anywhere. So they led to what's known as the Treaty of Westphalia, which was a peace treaty among everyone saying, look, I know everybody's here and it's not really doing anything, and life kind of sucks for everybody, so we need to figure something out. So why don't we just call it truce? And this led to the fragmentation of the Holy Roman Empire, which I think is the first most important thing of the Peace Treaty of Westphalia. The 1,000-year Holy Roman Empire had fallen, and just became smaller little states and governed by themselves. The other major part of the treaty was that the state and/or the elected prince of the state can choose which religion was the official. The other was that if your religion was not bothering anyone, it was okay to practice it in privacy. This almost meant that they can choose what the people in church would hear every Sunday. So it would give them a little bit more freedom to what religions would be, and not just one big religion for everyone. But still a problem because people still couldn't really truly practice what they wanted. They were still just elected by just a smaller government official. In conclusion, no one really won. Everyone just lost family and friends, and the economy was terrible. The inflation was horrible because, well, Europe was bringing in a lot of new good gold from America, and the royal families were just fighting over territories. No one really liked 17th century. Everyone thought just the world was going to end. Anyways, this was my presentation. I hope you have a good day. Thank you.